For nearly 10,000 years, the rhythm of human life followed a pattern as old as civilization itself. People rose with the sun, they rested with the coming of darkness. Their lives were governed by seasons, weather, and daylight. A plow multiplied muscle. Power came only from familiar forces. The strength of a horse, the turning of a water wheel, or the direction of the wind. A merchant living in 1700 inhabited a world fundamentally similar to that of a merchant in ancient Rome. Goods were made by hand. Production was local. Resources were finite. Human history moved slowly. Then, in the late 18th century, something changed. The ancient rhythm breaks. In the damp, mineral-rich landscape of Great Britain, the ancient rhythm of life began to fracture. Human beings learned how to extract power from the earth itself and scale it beyond anything ever imagined. This transformation became known as the Industrial Revolution. Beginning around 1760 and spreading across continental Europe and the United States, it marked the transition from hand production to machines. For the first time, humanity unlocked the stored energy of the millions of years and used it to drive the gears of an entirely new civilization. Why Britain? By the mid-18th century, Great Britain was already the leading commercial power on Earth. Its empire stretched from the Caribbean, across North America, into the Indian subcontinent. It was a nation of merchants, entrepreneurs, and thinkers. But beneath its soil lay its greatest advantage: coal. Britain sat atop vast, accessible coal deposits. Cheap, abundant, and easy to extract. This single resource, combined with an extraordinary entrepreneurial spirit, ignited a fire that would consume the old world and forge a new one. The 5 pillars of industrial supremacy. Britain's industrial rise rested on 5 key foundations. First, agricultural productivity. Mechanical seed drills, iron plows, and crop rotation dramatically increased food output. Fewer workers were needed on farms, freeing millions to seek work elsewhere. Second, political stability and the rule of law. Britain protected property rights and encouraged investment. Joint stock companies flourished. Risk was rewarded. Third, geography. As an island with long coastlines and navigable rivers, Britain enjoyed cheap and efficient transportation. Fourth, the scientific revolution. A culture of experimentation replaced tradition. Knowledge spread rapidly through societies, journals, and correspondence. And fifth, high wages paired with cheap energy. Labor was expensive. Coal was not. This imbalance created a powerful incentive to build machines capable of replacing human muscle. Before factories, production happened at home. Across villages in Lancashire, families worked under the putting-out system. Women spun wool or cotton into yarn. Men wove cloth on hand looms. It was slow, quiet, domestic, but demand for textiles was exploding. White gold, cotton. Britain developed a deep appetite for cotton, yet it faced a problem. Indian cotton textiles were superior. Indian labor was cheaper. Indian craftsmanship was unmatched. Unable to compete, the British government passed the Calico Acts to restrict Indian imports. Instead of stopping trade, these laws forced innovation. If Britain could not compete by hand, it would compete by machine. The textile breakthrough. In 1733, John Kay invented the flying shuttle, doubling weaving speed. But this created a crisis. There was not enough yarn. It took 8 spinners to supply 1 weaver. The age of spinning machines. James Hargreaves responded with the spinning jenny, allowing 1 worker to spin multiple threads at once. Then came Richard Arkwright. His water frame was large, powerful, and driven by rivers. It could not fit inside a cottage, so Arkwright built something revolutionary: the first true cotton mill. Production was no longer domestic, it was industrial. Soon after, Samuel Crompton combined the best of both machines into the spinning mule, producing yarn finer and stronger than anything made by hand. Cottonopolis. The results were staggering. In 1750, Britain imported 2.5 million pounds of cotton. By 1850, that figure had soared into the hundreds of millions. Manchester transformed into Cottonopolis, a city of nearly 900 factories, where coal smoke darkened the sky and machines filled the air with constant noise. Cloth became cheaper. Human lives did not. A global cost. British textiles eventually undercut Indian artisans. Entire industries collapsed. Millions lost their livelihoods. Industrialization reshaped the world, but unevenly. The steam revolution. While factories expanded above ground, another revolution unfolded below. Coal mines grew deeper and flooded constantly. Traditional pumps failed. Necessity gave birth to the steam engine. From Newcomen to Watt. Thomas Newcomen built the first working steam engines. Huge, inefficient machines that drained mines of water. Coal was cheap. Efficiency did not matter. Then, James Watt changed everything. He realized the engine wasted steam with every stroke. With Matthew Boulton, Watt introduced a separate condenser, massively increasing efficiency. Steam power was unleashed. Power without limits. For the first time, factories were free from rivers, wind, and animals. Steam-powered, looms, furnaces, hammers, an invisible army of machines grew year by year. Iron, the skeleton of industry. Iron production exploded. Charcoal gave way to coke, allowing larger furnaces and cheaper metal. Structures like the Iron Bridge announced a new material age. Processes like puddling and rolling made iron affordable, but at a terrible human cost. Few workers lived past 40. Their labor built the modern world. The rise of the industrial city. Urbanization followed. In 1800, only 3% of humanity lived in cities. By 1900, nearly half did. Manchester became the template. Growth was chaotic. Housing was scarce. Sanitation was non-existent. Friedrich Engels described the city as a stony desert. Rivers became open sewers. Disease was constant. In some districts, half of all children died before age 5. Life inside the factory. Time itself changed. Work no longer followed the sun, it followed the clock. Shifts lasted 12 to 14 hours, 6 days a week. Women and children filled the mills. Children crawled beneath machines. They were cheap, small, and easily replaced. Public outrage grew. Resistance and reform. Factory acts limited child labor. Education slowly replaced exploitation. Trade unions formed. Workers discovered collective power. Infrastructure and speed. Canals came first. Coal prices collapsed. Then railways transformed everything. Steam engines on iron rails connected cities in hours instead of days. The world shrank. An industrial world. Britain's secrets could not be contained. Belgium industrialized. France evolved steadily. Germany surged after unification. The United States pioneered mass production. Japan industrialized deliberately after the Meiji Restoration. The industrial age became global. The second industrial revolution. Steel replaced iron. Electricity replaced gas. Oil replaced coal. Cities never slept. Consumption became culture. The legacy. The Industrial Revolution brought unprecedented growth and deep inequality. It reshaped landscapes, societies, and time itself. We no longer live by seasons. We live by machines. This world of speed, power, and convenience is its inheritance, and we are its descendants. Closing. Revolutions arrive quietly. By the time we notice them, there is no way back. This is how the modern world was born, and together we keep history reborn.